Alright, the video here that I'm getting is I'm literally standing in front of the Kentucky state capitol and looking out. You know, they say if you don't like the weather in Kentucky, give it a few minutes, it'll change. They're not kidding. When I started out this morning, it was sunny, pretty blue skies for the most part, which they're getting a little blue again. But I started out, it was sunny, blue skies, and clear. Now, it's rained. And not only is it rained, but it's muggy, it's hot, and it's sticky out here. But anyway, let's take a look at the Capitol building itself. And sorry if I'm looking down a little bit. I'm going down the Capitol steps at different places, and I'd really rather not take a header down some very hard stone stairs. So you'll be able to see the Capitol building in the background. Went in, saw the Senate, saw the House of Representatives, the Supreme Court of Kentucky, took a glance at the governor's office from outside, but didn't try to go in because I figured the secretary would be the guardian of the portals and be like, yeah, you can't really go in to see the governor right now. Maybe I should have tried. It might have been interesting to see if I could have just walked in to see the governor. Some interesting flower beds too. Of course, Kentucky has a lot of really beautiful plant life all around the state. And this is no exception. Of course, these are very well tended flower beds. But the state itself, if you just drive around it, especially if you get off the interstates onto the back roads, see some really remarkable things. And the Capitol dome, all lit up on the inside with LED lights. Be interesting to see it at night, and I'm not going to stay here for hours and hours to see it from night time point of view. But the Capitol building. Zooming in, it says Commonwealth of Kentucky up there, but not sure you can read it in the video. Either way, the Capitol building, and we'll go around and see what else there is to see. The Capitol of Kentucky is, this building's been here, I think they said since around the early 1900s or so, or a little before that. They were gonna have an artist paint some of the murals in there. They've got some new murals done more recently. The artist that was originally supposed to paint some murals in the building, well, he was coming from overseas, England, and he was on the Titanic. He didn't make it. So no murals back then, but they've got them repainted, or correction, they've got them painted now, the murals that they wanted apparently from all the way back then, or some similar, because apparently his drawings of what he'd proposed went down with him on the Titanic. Now we're in the Supreme Court Hall of Kentucky. And so we'll take a look around real quick and let you see what it looks like. Nothing in session today. And there's where the Supreme Court justices of Kentucky sit while they're listening to cases. And you can see the desk where someone would stand to speak to them. And chairs, I'm assuming, for both sides or both parties to the complaint that the court is reviewing. Back here you have a small area set up for witnesses or audience to watch the court proceedings. We can take a look around the Supreme Court halls even though there's no one in here. I was told that the Senate may be in session, so we'll go upstairs and see what we can see there. Well, I guess my thoughts that they were in session today was not correct. Got an empty room. But let's take a look. So this is the House of Representatives, or in this case not really House, I guess you could say Room of Representatives, because it's all in the Capitol building. It's on the 3rd floor, and as you see a picture of the Capitol building, we're on the 3rd floor on the left-hand side of that picture. We tried the House. We'll go down to the Senate and see if there's anybody there. Maybe they're working, maybe they're not. It's Friday, so I don't know. We'll see in a second. Well, when I got to the Senate chamber, which is this, it's empty, but I also found that the main door to it was locked too. So either way, side door was open, so probably not necessarily supposed to come in it, but I did so I could just get a video of the chamber. Alright, here we are in the central main lobby area up on the kind of tier between the 2nd and 3rd floors. At the moment we're facing the House of Representatives chamber. All right, now we're on the House of Representatives end, and we're facing the Senate end of the huge entryway. What was interesting is I was down at the Senate end earlier. Those doors that you see in the video are locked. I found a side door open and got in to take some pictures though, so we'll show them too. All right, from up here we can get a downward view of the entryway. Of course, the center statue here is Abraham Lincoln. He was born here in Kentucky, even though he moved later to Illinois and lived there. Over there, in that corner, is Ephraim McDowell, and saved a woman's life while her husband waited outside with his gun to kill Ephraim McDowell if the surgery failed and his wife died. On the other side, this gentleman here is a rather controversial statue. That is Jefferson Davis, the first president of the Confederacy. He was also born here in Kentucky, so I guess as a fitting memorial for history, it does make sense that he would be here in the Capitol. The interesting thing that they told me is they've added LED lights up in the top of the dome so that as it changes colors, you get to see it. And of course, it doesn't change colors. The LEDs cause it to change colors. The lady at the entry desk was telling me about that, and it seems like they thought it was a great idea and a neat function to have the dome colored. This room is called the State Reception Room, and apparently it was used to receive guests. That would make perfect sense. The interesting thing is they set up mirrors. My camera's having a horrible time focusing on the mirrors down there because they've set up two giant mirrors on each end so they face each other. So you see the reflection of each mirror in the other mirror, so it looks like an infinity long hallway descending into the distance. Okay, what I did on this is I had the camera focus on the frame of the picture because anytime it tried to focus on the mirror itself, it just kept moving around and the camera was literally losing its mind. Just a picture someone had taken of the room, apparently taken long ago, and left. The room looks pretty much the same today as it did then. Has a fairly neat ceiling too. This doesn't compare with what I saw in Germany when I looked at the Castle Neuschwanstein, but still, this is pretty impressive. And that's the Capitol Dome with LED lights changing the color from one to the other as it spools through its choice of colors. That direction would be the Senate chamber. And down on this end, it would be the House of Representatives chamber at the end. All right, and right behind me is the office of the Governor of Kentucky. Okay, well, we're back in the car now. We're gonna circle around the back of the Capitol building. But yeah, I was gonna get out and take some more video around the back. Problem is, it's raining again. Started out, like I said earlier, beautiful skies this morning, clear, not a cloud in the sky hardly. And within 2 or 3 hours, it's come a nice little showers, we'll say. Welcome to Kentucky and the crazy weather we've got. Have a look. Okay, rain. Just makes life so much more fun when you're out trying to do something outdoors. Well, at least the good thing is I didn't stay at home and try to mow my yard today, because, yeah, that would have been a doomed cause. Alright, you remember I said it was raining a minute ago? Well, a few minutes ago. Let's take a look past the Capitol. That's the sky that just about not even 10 minutes ago, maybe 5 minutes ago, was sputtering rain all over me and getting a camera wet and getting the car wet and getting everything else wet. And as you can see, if you don't like the weather in Kentucky, give it about 5-10 minutes and you'll have some new weather. If you look down at the ground here, you can still see that the asphalt's wet from the rainstorm that just passed over us. So anyway, again, Capitol building. This is the back side of the building.